Hi, this is an exclusive interview for the wolfreporter.org, and we have Tim Thier here at the check station. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
Can you please describe what you're doing here?
Well, I run the only game check station. That's one of several things that I do, I guess. But we've got this station we've been running since like 1989, and we do this annually to collect information on various trends, I guess, as far as how many animals are being harvested and what's being taken, number of proportions of bucks versus does, and we get information on ages and things like that as well. So.
Wow, that's cool. So how many elk and deer and moose and wolves have been reported this year?
Through the game check station?
Yeah.
I did not tally up the numbers here today, but we're sitting somewhere up around 80 some whitetails or 90 some whitetails, and probably 15-20 mule deer, and probably 15 mule deer, and 4 moose, 9 elk, and 1 wolf, I guess. Yeah.
How is that? Because you guys aren't here every day, so as a ratio of how many you think are actually killed, what do you think that is?
It's a very small proportion. Well, I actually did some numbers on it. I think through the various check stations that we have in Region 1, okay, we have 6 different check stations throughout the region, and I think we estimate we check probably about 20 to 22% of the animals that are harvested.
Oh, wow.
So it's a fair number, yeah.
Cool. How does this compare to prior years?
This year we're down. I guess it depends what you're talking about. We've had years that were worse than this, but things are certainly down the last several years. You know, we had peaks in deer numbers in 1994, and in 96, 97 we had a tough winter, and deer numbers were actually starting to decline when that tough winter hit, but numbers actually peaked probably in 1994, and then they seem to have peaked again in about 2005 and 2006. They peaked again, and so numbers have been dropping the last couple of years. Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Well, a number of reasons. They're sort of cyclic anyway, which is probably somewhat weather related, and it also ties in with other factors, with predation being one of them, and others being hunting pressure and so forth. But animal numbers do go up and down, and some of it's hunter related, some's predator related, and some's weather related. So it's a number of factors. Yeah.
Have any of the hunters mentioned wolves?
Oh yeah, a year ago at this check station, we heard a lot of complaining about wolves, and anyway, we finally were able to initiate a wolf hunting season this year, and the number of complaints about wolves has gone down dramatically. I think that people have an opportunity now to hunt them has been a very positive thing in many respects, and I think the fact that people can now take wolves and that they're a game animal, I think has gone a long ways towards people believing they have at least some control over what's going on out there. So I think it's been a very positive thing. And so as a result, we've not had nearly the complaints this year that we had last year about wolves. So.
How big a gun do you think you would need if you were attacked by a pack of wolves?
I don't know of anyone who's ever been attacked by a pack of wolves. And I would imagine any gun that you use for hunting deer would work to kill a wolf, When I'm out in the woods, I don't worry about being attacked by wolves. I worry about other things, but it's not something I worry about.
Thanks. So what are the sizes and colorations that people have reported seeing around here of wolves?
Well, most of the stuff as far as in sizes we get from capturing and marking them. We try to keep a certain number of wolves with radio collars, so we know what we have for packs and numbers and so forth, or at least some idea, And through capturing wolves, typically your females, your adults will run about 80 or 90 pounds, and your males will go from maybe about 90 to 110 are your typical weights, for adult wolves. A lot of the wolves being shot this fall are this year's pups, and so they look large, but a lot of it's hair. And if you put them on a scale, they weigh between 65 and 75 pounds, for this year's pups. But to look at them, you'd swear they weighed 100 pounds looking at them. So, but they can be very deceiving, you know, because of all the hair.
What are the numbers of
That have
wolves
been
around
shot?
here? No, I mean, if you're tracking them, what do you guys claim to be around as far as packs?
Well, it depends on what you call around here. You know, how far out do you want to go? Do you want to go clear to Libby? Do you want to go clear to Glacier Park?
How about Lincoln County?
In Lincoln County, you know, which would include the Yak and so forth, I can't tell you right off the top of my head, but like right around Eureka, of course, you know, you've got the Lydia pack, we've got the Kasanka pack, we've got the Murphy Lake pack. Across the reservoir, there's a Kootenai North pack, the Kootenai South pack. And I mean, those are all in Lincoln County. I don't know what they've got further off into the Yak and so forth.
How big are those packs?
They vary in size, anywheres from, for the packs up there, I think they go from like maybe 6 to 15 animals, something like that, you know, depending on which pack you're talking about, you know. There have been some packs that have gotten larger, but for the most part, you know, it seems like wolf packs number between 6 and 10, something like that, for the most part.
How many wolves are you guys tracking?
I don't know how many have collars on at this time. You know, we have a specialist that works on that. His name is Kent Loudon. And I know we've got, like for instance, I know we've got one collar in the Murphy Lake pack. We've got one collar in the Lydia pack. Is that right? Yeah. But anyway, they sort of come and go. Sometimes they get shot, sometimes they lose their collars and so forth. But yeah, I'm not sure where Kent's sitting right now on that, you know, as far as how many he's physically ready to travel.
Great. Well, thank you very much.
Okay, well, you're welcome.